When I was a kid, I used to wish my parents would get a divorce. Just because, like, I specifically remember thinking I could live with my mom and still see my dad, but not have to live with him.
Gotcha.
And so it would just be, and plus also it's always been toxic. They're still married. If you were to do like a reading for somebody and then they went through a lot of like healing and changes and stuff, and then you did it again, like, would it change?
It changes all the time.
I'm just curious, like, because I mean, if I looked at a picture of someone's boob today and then 3 months down the line, or a year down the line, it probably look exactly the same to me.
I'm so glad you asked me that question. So going back to Naked Man, I had met a woman last year there. I had actually done a reading for her in February of last year, and she's like, oh my God, how the fuck did you know this? And then I met her, so in person, I never met her. So I met her at person at Naked Man last year. And I saw her, I was like, oh my God, you've been doing work on yourself. She's like, I didn't think you would know, but yes, I have. So they had changed. And then she had like got all her friends. She's like, oh my God, everyone come here, the movie theater's here. So she lined me up with like 40 different women that weekend.
Love it.
So I saw her again this past weekend, and I hadn't seen her again for an entire year. And so she's like, do you notice anything different? And I'm like, I actually do. I just, like, right here, and I pinpointed, I'm like, you have been working on this specific relationship, haven't you? She's like, yes, and it's her partner relationship. And he comes up and he's just smiling, and I was like, yeah, you guys are doing it. There actually was a woman that I turned down work from to work with because her situation was that she seduces young men to have sexual experiences, and then right in the middle when they're about ready to peak and to come, so she gets her pleasure from them, she kicks them out. She makes them grab their clothes and she literally forces them out of the house.
That's wrong.
Totally abusive. Like it's a shitty situation. And I could sense there was something wrong because when I did her tuition, I was like, what the f is this? Oh God. It was her driving a tank, crushing a bunch of skulls.
Introducing the ToplessTalk podcast, where we're diving deep into the world of sex and relationships. Join us as we explore the good, the bad, and the ugly, leaving no topic off limits. With your host, Ryan Nickel, we're on a mission to change 1 million lives through 1,000 episodes. In a world where vulnerability is power, we're not just talking about taking off layers, we're peeling back the layers of real experiences. Our guests, brave women who've walked through the fire, are bearing it all. Their struggles, triumphs, and everything in between. It's more than just stories. It's a roadmap for those who felt alone in their journeys. By sharing their transformation from the horrific to the heroic, these women become beacons of hope for others. Because in every tale of survival lies the potential for someone else's revival. So tune in, listen closely, and remember, Topless Talk isn't just about shedding inhibitions. It's about finding connection in the rawness of human connection. Because when we share, we heal, we empower, and we transform. Welcome to a podcast where every story is a step towards 1 million changed lives.
It might be. I can tell you this, I have never had this much trust and communication in a relationship ever before. And I've f***ed up in the past. You've read my book. I've made a lot of mistakes with this open relationship over the years to now where it's like we are so completely open and honest about desires and everything that we do so that she's like, can trust me. Yeah. That like, hey, like I'm not hiding anything. I'm not like, oh, that wasn't what I said. You know, this was what really happened, you know? Yeah. It's like, and here's the awkwardness of it all as well is I used to like to be the sneaky person, like, I get that. I can't have this. Oh, I'm going to try to figure my way out to do it. Yeah. Now it's like, I'm like, hey, this is a desire that I have. And it's forced me to really check in and be like, okay, if I'm going to have this conversation with my wife, is this a true desire? Or did I just want it because it sounded like it was fun in the time?
Because you couldn't have
Exactly,
it.
Yeah. And now that I have the freedom, I'm like, I really don't really care about that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I've been there. Before I was married, I was very judgmental about people who cheated. And I was like, I would never, I wouldn't even dream of it. But I did.
Oh, yeah.
And it was fun. I loved it.
Beautiful. Good for you.
But part of it was that it was like emotionally abusive and I was miserable and I was isolated and I felt trapped and I felt like just...
Was it like your survival mechanism?
It was, but also part of it was like, fuck you. If you don't want to let me... Like, you don't want to give me what I need, then I'm going to go get it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, and not only that, but, you know, people say, like, well, why don't you just leave? I tried. I tried so many times, but he was such a good manipulator.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Oh, good Lord.
You're like, where do I start?
Yeah, no, seriously, where do I start? Like, he's just, I don't know, kind of weird. I don't think he would ever even come across this, but...
You don't have to share
But he's
anything.
still in my life because I have children.
Yeah, you have children. Yeah.
But he's just such a good like manipulator that for so long I didn't even know that he was manipulating me. I didn't even have a clue. And then afterwards, I started thinking about things, and I'm like, whoa, that's crazy.
I wonder what happens when he recognizes this new Cherie, and he's like, F- I missed out on that.
I mean. It happens from time to time.
Does it really?
He still wants me.
Oh, good. Yes. Make him beg.
I guarantee you, if I texted him and said, want to fuck, he'd be like, I'm there. 100% guarantee.
Yeah.
He hates me.
Would you ever?
And I hate, not anymore. I did after we broke up. Like, we'd have a couple times.
Yeah.
Maybe once or twice. But that was years and years ago. But now I wouldn't because I'm not attracted to him anymore. And I know what kind of
But one, he never
person
pleased
he
you.
is. True.
And you found men that can.
Well, not only did he not please me, but he held me back. And he made it worse.
Yeah.
Like, it was very controlling sexually. Like, I wasn't allowed to masturbate. I wasn't allowed to have toys. When I first met him, I had just recently...
Was it insecurity on his part that he wasn't good enough and you were going to be...
Probably.
Yeah.
I assume so.
Or was it just control?
I think both.
Yeah.
I think both. But I think it was... Well, yeah, I don't...
Does he have a partner now? And does she put up with that shit?
No, he doesn't now.
Oh, okay.
He's had a couple since, and I've had many conversations with them since.
Gotcha.
And I still have contact with one of them to this day.
Yeah.
It was just... So right before I met him, I had just discovered sex toys for the first time. And I had a roommate that took me out and shopping, and I was like, because before that I had an orgasm, but it was just like, you know, like rubbing.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything like that. And then when I got one and I kind of figured it out, I was like, whoa, that's different. That's something else.
Like unlocked a new level here.
It's a new level. And so I was like so excited to explore that. And then I met him, and pretty immediately he wanted me to get rid of them. And I was such a different person back then. And I was like, okay, in my mind, whatever, he'll let me get more later, or he'll change his mind, or I'll change him, or whatever. No, never happened.
Nothing.
After I ended up like cheating on him and got caught.
Yeah.
When I got caught, I was like, I'm free. I'm finally free. He's going to let me go.
Oh, yeah.
Nope, he doubled down.
Really?
And was like, I'll do anything, like, well, you know, whatever. And
see, when I cheated, I had never been a cheater before. But as you read my book, I cheated. I mean, I don't want to like downplay it because we were.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. We were together for like 2-3 weeks, maybe a month total. And I was like, fuck, I just got out of a 14-year marriage. I'm stuck. I'm trapped. And I didn't have the courage, and I wasn't a man to have a conversation with her about my feelings, about how I was feeling. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to cheat. Easy way out. And so I broke her heart. I'm like, I'm free. I'm finally free. And like, what a pussy move, though.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I caused damage to her soul, to her heart, all this stuff. And it's like, that was my way of trying to get free, rather than like, why couldn't I just have a conversation?
I kind of did the same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, on one hand, I feel the same, like, oh, I probably really hurt him in one way. But then on the other hand, after all these years, I'm sure he was probably cheating on me too.
Probably.
Most likely, like, I've found out since that he is such a good liar about everything, and he lies about literally everything. Things that don't even matter. Anyways, so I forgot what.
We were talking about the freedom that comes when you cheat.
Yeah. So,
and we're not advocating you should go cheat.
No.
But at the same time, if you're stuck in a relationship and you don't have the skills, either emotionally or mentally, to have that conversation, then it might be your only option.
And I didn't have the skills.
I know, I didn't.
Yeah.
I was emotionally very immature.
Yeah, and like I don't know. I did a few different things to try to like exert my control over it when I felt like I had no control. Like I chopped all my hair off.
Oh God.
Which he hated. He did not want, like he likes long hair and he didn't want me to cut my hair, and I chopped it all off.
Oh wow.
Like boy short. It wasn't.
You wanted to be as unattractive to him as possible.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, really, it was just like, you don't want me to do this, I'm going to double down and do it real good.
Damn. What a healthy relationship. Relationship goals.
Right? Yeah. It was so great. Oh my God. But I learned a lot though.
Yeah.
Even
about yourself too.
Oh, mostly about myself.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like that it happened, but I'm a way better person now. And
and I'm sure a better mom too.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And I don't put up with.
Yeah.
But so when after I cheated on him and he found out and he was trying to like, okay, well, how can we make this work? And I was like, I need a toy or something so that I don't feel like I have to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Even though I wasn't going to get anything anyway. Whatever. I don't know what I was thinking.
The life has changed since then.
It has changed so much. Yeah.
Yes.
You've changed my life.
Thank you. I hear that a lot.
Yes. But so he agreed.
Yeah.
But it had to be a toy of his choosing. He got to pick it out, and then when I got it, I wasn't allowed to use it without him. But he didn't want to use it with me. So it never got used. Well, it did. I used it when he wasn't home.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But he would check the drawer, because we didn't have kids at that time, so it was just in the drawer.
Yeah.
And he'd check the drawer to see if it looked like it had been moved or used. And he would freak out, like, did you use it? Like, what?
Oh my God.
Also, he would, like, I would have to, like, private browser or whatever.
VPN,
because
something,
he didn't want me to do that, which that's a whole nother subject. It was really controlling, and I just felt very, and so also.
How often were you having sex this time?
With him? Or in general? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. With me, right.
With him?
Yeah, how many partners did you have?
Yeah. No. I don't know.
But if he had you that clamped down where your toys were off limits, where was off limits, I mean, like, shit, like.
Well, and he wasn't even.
You only could have sex when he told you could have sex.
And he wasn't even trying to make it a mutual experience. It was just pretty much. And also.
You were his sex toy.
Yeah, and he would.
All.
And he would make me feel bad if I didn't want to do certain things. Like he wanted to come in my mouth, and I didn't really want to because I was resentful of him. Like if he was an amazing man and treated me well, get it in there. Like come down my throat. Like
make me gag. Yeah,
do it. Yeah. but he wasn't, and so I was like, F you, I don't want to do that. I'm not gonna. And he would make me feel so bad about it.
I hate this conversation that I have sometimes with women about their partners that are like that. Mm-hmm. And it's like, no, it's your body, your choice. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing, like there was a man, when I was going through the Somatica school that I went through, they brought to us this situation where this man raped his wife. Mm-hmm. And because she would not have sex with him. Yeah. And one of the students asked and said, well, how is it rape if they're married? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
I've heard that kind of thing before.
Yeah, and it's like, you have to, just because you're married doesn't give you free consent to do whatever the fuck you want whenever you want. If your wife doesn't want to have sex with you for whatever reason, she doesn't have to have sex with you.
It's not an ownership.
No, exactly. You don't rape her. Yeah. And that was, that was, I'm hearing these conversations in class, we're talking about this stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, like, there are abusive relationships out there that there is, like you said, ownership, like men, sometimes also women too. I don't want to just paint men in this category, because I've actually worked with women there actually was a woman that I turned down work to work with because her situation was that she seduces young men to have experiences, and then right in the middle when they're about ready to peak and to come, so she gets her pleasure from them, she kicks them out. She makes them grab their clothes and she literally forces them out of the house.
That's wrong.
Totally abusive. Like it's a situation. And I could sense there was something wrong because when I did her tuition, I was like, what the is this?
Oh God.
It was her driving a tank, crushing a bunch of skulls.
Whoa.
And I asked her about it, and her boob is so far skewed, so nipple placement is where your heart's at. And so this, again, what your heart feels, reveals. Her nipple placement was so far off to this was her left, was so far off to the side, facing the opposite. I was like, holy shit, like you are so far removed emotionally from what's happening in your life. And then I got that image of her driving the tank, and she started to explain like what she does and why she does it. And she's like, oh, it's all consensual. Everyone agrees to it. And I'm like, are you sure about this? Yeah. And then she told me how she recently had a young man, because she was in her late 40s and he was in his late 20s, and she just literally picked him up at a bar, brought him home, made him please her, and then when he was about ready to get his part, she literally kicked his ass out of the house, and she was laughing about it. She's like, oh, you should have seen his face. It was priceless.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, here's the sad part about it. She's actually a licensed clinical therapist. And she teaches this, so she is giving marriage counseling and stuff like that to people. And she is in this frame of mind about how she views relationships and men and stuff like that with her own personal trauma. Yeah, pretty fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've come across quite a few.
Yeah, I bet. You've got some stories.
I do.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Okay, so...
This is my interview, bitch. No. Yeah.
All right, fine.
No, yeah,
I'm kind of into that now. Okay, so if you were to do like a reading for somebody and then they went through a lot of like healing and changes and stuff, and then you did it again, like... Yeah. Would it change?
It changes all the time.
I'm just curious, like, because I mean, if I looked at a picture of someone's boob today and then 3 months down the line, or a year down the line, it probably look exactly the same to me.
I'm so glad you asked me that question. So, going back to Naked Man, I had met a woman last year there. I had actually done a reading for her in February of last year, and she's like, "Oh my God, how the did you know this?" And then I met her so in person. I never met her, so I met her at person at Naked Man last year, and I saw her. I was like, "Oh my God, you've been doing work on yourself." She's like, "I didn't think you would know, but yes, I have." So they had changed, and then she had like got all her friends. She's like, "Oh my God, everyone come here! The boob reader's here!" So she lined me up with like 40 different women that weekend.
Love it.
So I saw her again this past weekend, and I hadn't seen her again for an entire year. Yeah. And so she's like, "Do you notice anything different?" And I'm like, I actually do. I was like, right here, and I pinpointed, I'm like, you have been working on this specific relationship, haven't you? She's like, yes. And it's her partner relationship. Yeah, yeah. And he comes up and he's just smiling. And I was like, fuck yeah, you guys are doing it. Yeah. And so I saw them again later at their, they had an RV, kind of like a semicircle with all their friends over, and they're cooking dinner for everybody. And I just was walking by, she's like, Ryan, come back here. Yeah. And then everyone goes, is this the one you were just talking about? Is this the boob reader? And I'm like, oh God, here we go. And there's all these women, and I'm looking around, I'm like, all right, Ridgers. Yeah. And there was one that I hadn't read. And so I had already read everyone's last year, and no one else, I wasn't advocating to do anything, I just was there for fun. And she goes, well, you never brought my friend over here, you should read her book. And so I read hers, and her partner was behind me, and I didn't know that was her partner. And I said everything, and he was like, gosh. Because I was like, I asked him, like, how deep can I get? You know, she's like, you can get pretty deep. And so I'm like, okay. Like, and then what I noticed is she has no sexual boundaries. None, zilch, nada. And I'm just like, I was like, holy shit. I'm like, you have no boundaries. I'm like, not in a bad way. I'm like, you're enjoying yourself right now. You're exploring life. You're exploring everything, aren't you, right now? And she's just like giggling, and he's like, and I'm like, what the fuck? And so I turn around, I'm like, are you
like, what's up with this dude?
Yeah, I'm like, are you her partner? And he's like, you won't believe what she was into last night. And I was like, oh God.
Did he tell you?
No, he didn't. He didn't say it. I didn't want to ask either, because again, we're at this resort that's like kind of taboo, but I know they're all swing. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if they're all swingers, but I just was like, oh, and she was just laughing, and I was like, yeah, that. She's like, oh my God, you're so spot on.
Yeah. I have another question. I don't know if this is okay.
Yeah.
So you guys did that this weekend?
This past weekend. Yeah.
How do you do that because you have children? Like how does
I love that you asked that question. So my 5 children are with their mom.
Okay.
Every other weekend.
Okay.
So I have my kids every other weekend. And so, and then she has a child as well. So together we have 6. I have my 5 and then her daughter. And fortunately, our weekends line up that we don't have each other's kids. Yeah. Okay. So that's how we're able to do that.
Yeah. I forgot for a second that they're not. They have a different mother. So.
Different mom, yep.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious.
Which is, oh my God, like before I grew up Mormon, I'm like, oh my God, marriage is, death until death do you part, don't ever do this. I can't advocate more for people that have divorces. They get your freedom.
Yeah. Well, that's another interesting subject because when I was a kid, I used to wish my parents would get a divorce.
Oh, okay.
And
you're like, I get twice the presents.
well, no, just because I specifically remember thinking I could live with my mom and still see my dad, but not have to live with him.
Gotcha.
And so it would just be, and plus also it's always been toxic. They're still married. They've been married for 50 years.
Oh shit, yeah.
And when I was married and I first told my mom, I don't want to be with him anymore. I don't want to do this. And she was like, what do you mean you can't? Because she's very religious.
Oh,
she's not Mormon, she's Christian, but she's just like, you can't. You have to make it work. You have to figure it out. And
right.
It's not figure outable. And also I'm not putting up with this.
Oh, you don't have to suffer through
that.
No.
Hell no, I'm not doing that.
Good for you.
Eventually she realized, oh, that's why you wanted a divorce, because that's who he is.
Yeah.
And now she hates his guts, and she's so glad I divorced him.
Well, good, yeah.
But
at the same
time, she's still married and not the happiest person.
It's so freeing. So the way that I have my custody with my children is, like I said, every other weekend, and then I take my kids to school every single day. So, and I, for the most part, pick them up almost every day from school. So I work very specific hours. Fortunately, I work for myself and I can do what I want. But then I also date my kids one-on-one throughout the month. So I have daddy-daughter days and father-son activities. In fact, this morning was my daddy-daughter date with my daughter.
Aww,
and so we went and we did her thing, and I love her. She's 7 years old and she knows exactly what she wants. There's no if, ands, or buts. This is it, Dad. This is what we're going to do for our date.
Yeah.
And so I love it. She's so like specific. And every month I ask her, so what do you want to do for your day this month? And she already knows.
Aww.
And so so I had my date with her today. It was great.
I should start doing that.
I love it. It's the best. One-on-one.
Yeah. Well, it might be easier for me now because my kids are getting a little bit older.
Yeah.
And so I'm at the point where I can leave them by themselves at home for an hour or two.
Yeah.
Whereas previously I couldn't. Them together by themselves, hell no. That would be just...
House is burnt down when you get home,
Pretty much, yeah. But now I can leave one home for an hour or two and go to Chico, take one to their friend's house or whatever.
Yeah.
So I should start doing that.
It's a great thing. It really bonds you with your kids. And here's the cool thing about it too, is I'm able to have conversations with my kids one-on-one that I wouldn't have otherwise. Talk about things, life, sex, the good, the bad, all of those things. And they confide in me too, because they're like, hey Dad, what do you think about this? And I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And there's no judgment on my part. They're opening up and they're sharing with me. And I'm just like, oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. I feel like that too. And also my kids are so different individually than they are when we're the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Because I have 2 kids. So when we're the 3 of us, it's one thing. But then when I have them by themselves, it's they just are okay to, whatever. And I strive really hard to be that type of parent that's you can ask me anything. I don't want you to ever feel embarrassed because I'm never going to judge you. I want you to be able to come and talk to me. And I think I've done a pretty good job. I mean, their dad is definitely opposite, where it's okay, so my daughter is 12 and she has a cell phone now.
Okay.
Her first cell phone. We got it for Christmas.
Yeah.
And, I saw, because I monitor her phone because I'm a parent, and
which
so
is
I
smart.
was right, and so I was looking through her text messages, and also, it's kind of fun to see what she's actually bad. But she said something about something about a boy, and her dad was like, "Who is this boy?" And she was like, "Don't worry, Dad, he's gay." And he goes, that's inappropriate. Don't talk about that, or don't say that again, or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck? Like,
interesting.
Why? And I confronted him about it. I was like, why would you tell her that it's inappropriate to say that somebody's gay?
Right.
Like, why would you do that? And he was like, oh, well, and so I had a conversation with her about it, and I was like, hey, I saw this on your phone, and I just wanted to let you know that it's okay to say somebody's gay. Like, it's not okay to say that's gay as a derogatory way or whatever, but she doesn't. She's very progressive and, you know, whatever.
Like, I used the word retarded the other day. Like, Dad, you can't say that. It's a slur. I'm like, that's retarded.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, I grew up saying that, and I mean, I work with intellectually disabled people, and so, like, I would never say that in that way. However, sometimes it does slip, but that's just pure.
It's habit. Yeah,
it's how I grew up.
Exactly.
Saying that, like, and also people saying, "Oh, that's gay." Like,
right.
I have said that before, but I don't mean it that way.
Yeah.
But anyways,
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Hello, my name is Alice Lamana, and I was given an amazing food reading from Ryan last week. And it was the most amazing thing I've actually ever experienced.
I have to be honest, I thought at first it was just kind of this scam that was unique that this guy was running to be able to just see lots of boobs on the internet. But it turned out to be actually pretty intuitive and accurate.
He was able to pick up on things that I've known about myself, but that I haven't voiced out loud to anybody.
He explained things that I didn't share with him, and the connections make sense to me. It helped me learn a little bit more about how my body stores energy that I'm experiencing.
I was shocked. Couldn't believe some of the things that he had said.
I would highly recommend Ryan.
Oh my gosh, I highly recommend it.
Try it. See what happens. See what you find out about yourself.
I just had a reading with Ryan, and I want to highly recommend that you do also.
Now, back to our Topless Talk interview with Ryan Nickel.
And so, like, you know, one time, I think my daughter also asked him, well, she told me this. She asked him what a tampon was. And he was like, we don't talk about that.
Oh, God.
And I was like, ask me anything.
Seriously.
And as soon as she said that, I was like, come in the bathroom. Let me show you what a tampon is.
Yeah.
Let me put it in a glass of water with some food coloring in it.
Yeah.
Let me show you what it does. This is how it works, blah, blah, blah. So, like, I really strive to be that parent.
That's so beautiful.
Especially because they have the opposite. And so,
you know, it's so interesting. So my daughter, I picked her up, my oldest, she'll be 16 next month. And she was like, so in Mormonism, you have a religious leader, he's called your bishop. Mm-hmm. And they have these worthiness issues. So I was never a bishop, but I was a counselor to a bishop. So, like, basically what that means is if the bishop's not around, you step in and do his duties and stuff like that. So sometimes I would be giving these worthiness issues or interviews, and you would give them to youth, to kids as young as 12 years old. Mm-hmm. And you would ask questions like, so Mormonism, they have something called the word of wisdom, which is basically like, you don't drink alcohol, you don't smoke tobacco, you don't do drugs, things like that. And then they have something called the law of charity, which is basically you don't have sexual relationships outside of marriage. Mm-hmm. So there's all these, like, you know, these cute names and things that they have. And so in order for them to go to the temple, which is like this holy sacred place, they have to be concerned or like considered worthy. Mm-hmm. And so as an adult man, I'm asking these both boys and girls, literally 12 through 18, and, you know, and it's one-on-one with no one else around, so it's just you in this interview, and you're asking questions like, do you drink? Do you smoke? Do you do drugs? Do you have a girlfriend? Are you having sex with them? Do you masturbate? Do you touch them inappropriately? Do you touch yourself? Like, now my background and training is in formalized counseling, and I've done addiction counseling, I've done, you know, therapy, I've done all of these things. So I have no problem having these conversations. However, for the lay person, a regular old Joe who is like, you know, a car salesman, he's like out there, or you know, a dentist or whatever, who doesn't have these conversations.
Yeah.
They're asking these children, these young adults, these kinds of, very provocative questions. So anyway, my daughter the other day, so the Mormon church kicked me out. As you know, you read my book. And so they kicked me out.
Love that for you.
I do too. Yeah, the best business decision ever. Thank you so much. Yeah. And the main reason was that, I'm healing women through therapy, and they're just like, only Jesus can heal. You can't heal women. This is whatever.
Yes,
so anyway,
we can.
Yeah, we know right here. Yeah. So anyway, my daughter has this interview because her birthday's coming up, so it's her worthiness birthday interview. And she's like, "Hey, Dad, I met with the bishop." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." And she goes, "He asked me some weird questions," and I'm thinking like, "Oh, it's like, are you masturbating? Do you touch yourself?" kind of questions, because they do ask those questions, which I think is highly inappropriate.
Yeah.
This guy is a landscaper by trade.
Yeah.
So he has no training, no business whatsoever of how to handle sensitive conversations, let alone why would you be asking a child, "Hey, do you finger yourself?"
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, by the way, he also married his high school sweetheart. I think they met in their sophomore year. My daughter is dating a boy who, by the way, smokes pot with his parents. My daughter doesn't smoke pot. Got him to stop. He was going to drop out of school and go online schooling because he just didn't know what he was going to do with his life. Got him to stop smoking, and he's going to continue on and be a sophomore next year in high school. Nice. I'm like, "Congratulations." She's like, "I really like him, Dad. Like, he's a great kid. He's really sweet. He's kind. He's considerate." I'm like, "Well, I'm happy for you." Aww. She's like, "Well, the bishop said that I shouldn't get too attached to him because it's foolish to think that I'm going to fall in love and find my soulmate."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Wait a minute." And she asked me this question. She's very smart. I love her. She goes, "Didn't he meet his wife in high school?" I was like, "Yeah." and they're still together. And she's like, "Why would he tell me this? Especially knowing that this is his life story." And I'm like, I don't know. But then it gets weird. It gets weirder. He goes, she's like, I talked to the bishop today and he asked about you. I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Like, I really couldn't care less. I'm with my wife in the car, by the way. And so my wife's sitting here and she's just like, "What's going on here?" And so my daughter's in the back seat and she's just talking. She goes, "Yeah." He goes, "How's your relationship with your dad?" And she's like, "It's good. I see him every weekend and every other weekend and every day, and we drive and we do all these things." He goes, "Well, he has some unorthodox practices, and you should have a good relationship with a male figure that loves Jesus, and I just think that you should find a better role model and a father figure, and I'm always here for you." And I'm like, "What the fuck is this bull?"
Oh my God.
I know, and I'm just like, wow. Like, it gets so fucked up. And then he starts talking to her about like the relationship that she's having with her. You need a good father figure to talk to you about boys, and this boy is not a good thing for you. You shouldn't be falling in love in high school and all this shit. I'm like, fuck him. He's not your dad. And I'm like, and I'm being as like polite as possible because my wife is like in the car and I don't want whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, "Honey, disregard whatever he's saying." Like, but it's like, you can do whatever you want. If you're in love, be in love. Yeah. Do what you want to do. And like, I'm here for you for whatever you need. So as soon as she gets out of the car, my wife goes, "What the fuck was that?" Yeah. And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "What the fuck? Like, who is this ass asking her questions? And who are you not to challenge this?" She's like, "You just sat by passively." Like, she was pissed. I'm like, "Well, I didn't want to like offend you." She's like, "No, fuck that. Yeah, you're her dad." Yeah. She's like, "You're her fucking dad. Act like it. Like, this ass should not, one, be asking questions that personal to a 15-year-old, and two, you're her fucking father." Yeah. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to go down there and beat down the doors, the church's doors, and be like, "What the fuck are you doing to my daughter?" I'm like, that's not going to do anything. Right. But at the same time, I'm like, this is not how you like try to influence somebody for like a positive, good experience. Yeah. Which unfortunately, this is going to skew her sexuality. Yeah. And who she's going to fall in love with, and who she's going to trust, and all that stuff. And now she'd be like, "Well, I don't know. Like, this guy was telling me that I shouldn't." Oh God. So Christianity screws so many people up. So to the point, and this is where I got this from, where you're like your daughter's dad's like, "I don't want a tampon. We're not going to talk about that shit." Her mom, she's a great co-parent, fabulous mother. Sometimes my daughter would be like, "Hey, Dad, can so and so come over to your house?" In fact, tomorrow. And I've never seen the Star Wars movies. He's a huge Star Wars fan. I want to watch them with him. It's our last Friday before school starts. I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Just don't tell Mom." I'm like, "Honey, what?" Yeah. She's like, "Mom thinks that I shouldn't be around him." I'm like, that's not my issue. Yeah. But she's like, "No, because the church is telling her that it's a bad idea." And I'm like, "F the church. these things, like, and I'm sorry your mom is having these conversations that are afraid to have these conversations with you, and she's like thinking that you're off doing some terrible things. And even if you were, like, fantastic that you're doing it in these teen years where you can fuck up, make mistakes, and you still have your parents here to support you.
She's gonna do what she wants anyway.
Exactly, she will. She's just like me.
Same.
Yeah, but I'm just like, these are such critical conversations as parents that as your daughter grows older, and she's only 12 now, that like, I'm so glad that she has you as a mom that's willing to have these open conversations with her, because if she has nobody else, where is she going to turn to get this information from? And is it accurate?
Yeah, right, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, she is only 12, but I was walking through the store the other day, and I don't even know why it popped in my head, but I was thinking to myself that I should tell her, hey, I know you're not interested in boys really right now, but if that changes, can you let me know?
Yeah, right.
And I want to talk to her, like I've been meaning to talk to her about birth control and what that is, and all those type of things. And it's not something that she's even...
To that point, my wife now has a fabulous relationship with all of my children. A beautiful relationship, to where my daughter was like, hey, I'm having a little bit of spotting. I don't know what this means. Yeah. And she felt more comfortable coming to my wife, her stepmother, than her own mom about what's happening here. Because I think the last time she did that, her mom came to a conclusion. She's like, an irregular period. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you on something? Yeah, exactly. like what the fuck?
That's how I felt.
And it happens.
Yeah. That's how I felt when I was younger. I told my best friend's mom when I started my period before I told my mom. Actually, my mom found out because my best friend's mom told her. Oh. And that was a whole, she was all upset about that. But it's just I'm much closer to my mom now. As soon as I had kids, we became infinitely closer, and now I feel like I can talk to her about most things. Yeah. But before, it was so awkward because she didn't want to talk about it. She never talked to me about birth control. I mean, I went on birth control when I was 16. Right, yeah. But it was from Planned Parenthood, Yeah, I did. So, because I'm, smart and didn't want to have a baby at 16. But anyway, yeah. But I think it's really important to have a parent, at least one, that you can talk to.
And, for sure, definitely. Hopefully it can be too.
Well, and but I don't know.
If you can't, one is better than none.
Yes, for sure.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
There's been a lot of trauma in my marriage, in my experience, and in my husband's past. I was seeking healing in whatever capacity I was able to encounter it. I came across Ryan, and we decided to go forward and planned for a session. Then we met at the counselor for Ed's office for a counseling for a session, which began with counseling. And the counseling component itself was pretty impressive. It was very thorough with seeing me, and really, I felt very seen in my whole experience. So he could see what direction I was ready to move in and from what perspective I was coming from. It felt like a very unexpected healing experience that I embraced. It came to me, and it was an opportunity for me to exercise my adult consent in a safe place. I feel grounded in my healing journey, and I look forward to continuing that journey and of healing and growth. I have a lot of gratitude for Ryan and the work that he's done for me.
Now, back to our Topless Talk interview with Ryan Nichol.
I kind of have a little bit of a a reservation about religion in general, just because it's okay, well, that guy is, a religious, great person, right? But yet, I don't know, just his lifestyle versus your lifestyle, wildly different.
Oh, totally, yeah.
But you're clearly the way superior human, man, parent, dad, whatever.
Well, thank you. Yeah, at the same time, though, it's my wife is what recourse is there? What gives somebody the right to talk to children about very sensitive stuff? I'm he took an online class, because I knew I had to do the same thing. He took an online class for 2 hours, talking about all types of subjects.
That's just crazy to me.
Not just the sexual, it was probably a 20-minute class on the sexual. aspect of things. And I'm like, wow, 20 minutes. I went to school for 4.5 years.
Right. Yeah.
So like, don't give me this. Like, I got a 20-minute online course. I can have this conversation now.
Well, and it's like that conversation, that however long their conversation was probably way more detrimental to her than
the thing that hurt her most. And this is the sad thing about it is, and this is the beautiful thing about our relationship, is that she is so open to come and talk to me about stuff. But what hurt her the most was, this is someone that she esteems, that is supposedly her religious leader, that she looks up to, that's supposed to have the right thoughts and ideas for her. And Mormonism, like any other fundamental Christian religion, they want you to not trust yourself, going back to what we originally talked about, your gut, trust in yourself. They want you to advocate or give that away to some exterior force, like whether it's, a religious leader or prophet, or, priest, whatever. If you give that away, then you don't have to think about it. They'll make all the thinking for you. And so what's happening is she's like, oh my God, she's like, this religious leader who I'm supposed to trust is telling me that I can't trust my dad?
Yeah.
That my dad has immoral practices or an alternative lifestyle or non-orthodox ideas, and therefore I shouldn't be confiding in him? Like that does damage to a child.
Yeah.
Like her dad, I'm not saying I'm her hero or anything like that.
You are though.
At one point I was. I think she grew up and, I mean, kids always grow up and their parents are no longer heroes. I'm not gonna, I don't want to believe that it's the fantasy that like I'm super dad in her eyes. But at the same time, she does trust me and she does come and confide in me, but now this is starting to be, jeopardized by someone who she's like, well, shit, my father or this religious leader, like who's right? It basically comes down to God or Satan. My dad's the devil, my dad follows the devil, and this guy follows God. So obviously I want to go to heaven, so I should probably follow God and not talk to my dad. Yeah. Like that's eventually what happens when you break it down to that fundamental level. I'm like, this is fucking cool.
And I that gives me other feelings too, of like that. I feel like that sets somebody in that vulnerable age up to be groomed almost. Like, does that?
That's the conversation we were having with my wife. I'm like, if I'm grooming these kids, but they're grooming them in not a way to exploit. I mean, sometimes, you know what happens with the Catholic Church. Mormonism is not any different. There's a lot of shit that happens with kids and Mormon leaders as well. But what it does is it grooms them to become accustomed to shame themselves and their bodies, to deny their sexuality or to deny their experiences, and so it creates a lot of guilt and shame when you do act on that. Like, oh my God, like I was in the shower and I was washing my body and it felt a little funny, so I kind of hung out there a little bit longer to play with it. Oh my God, did I do something wrong? Did I offend God? Like now you have this guilt and shame around this now. And in Mormonism, you can't just like forget about it and move on. You got to go and confess this to this person. Hey, guess what? I was in the shower. I was touching myself. Who knows what this guy's doing underneath this table as he's listening? Oh, really? What happened?
Oh my God.
Tell me a little bit more. Oh God, you touch yourself where? Really? Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah.
I know men, and this is what they used to do as they listen to these stories. So, don't get me started. But the sad thing though is when you break it down though, it's in a child's eyes, it's like, shit, do I trust my dad who I love, who I love God and I love Jesus, but they're telling me my dad is evil, like the Satan, like he's the devil. And I don't see my dad as the devil, but they're telling me that he is because he doesn't go to church. And it creates these terrible ideas in these kids' heads of like, what is right and what is wrong, when there never was any separation to begin with. And that's the sad thing.
I struggle with that a little bit. Like my daughter has shown interest in, like, I don't know if you'd say religion, but like, she has a Bible. And, she's in I can't remember what it's called, but it's some sort of school, after school, like Christian club or whatever.
Great social clubs, by the way.
And my thing is like, I'm kind of resentful of like religion in general, and I'm not into it, and I don't believe in certain things. However, I want her to make up her own mind. And so she's like, hey, do you care if I do this? And I'm like, go for it. Like I don't want to, like, as much as I'm kind of like, oh God, they're going to brainwash her. At the same time, I'm like, I want her to make up her own mind.
That's beautiful.
Without me like, you shouldn't listen to them. Sorry,
no, you're fine. So I have a 14-year-old son. So he grew up Mormon, and then he decided at 12 he didn't want to be Mormon anymore. And so he went on his own and found an Orthodox church.
Wow.
And started going over that direction.
Yeah.
Now, 2 years later, he's Catholic.
Interesting.
So he has just been on his own personal journey. No one's told him anything. He's thinking about becoming a monk.
Oh, interesting.
I'm like, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that he's going to be a monk for 30 years. He could be a monk and
can do whatever he
then
wants.
Change his mind and follow his dad.
Yeah. Which is so interesting because when I left, he goes, I want to be free like you. And I'm like, you can do anything you want.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. And so the beautiful thing about him, he's so devout in whatever he believes in, like he goes all in. So he gets up in the morning, he will either find a ride or he'll walk, like religiously. He will walk from his home all the way into Marysville, which is it's an hour and a half, 90-minute walk, and he'll go and he'll do mass for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, however long it is, and then he'll walk back so 3 hours round trip just so he can go to church. And he does it on his own.
Wow.
Doesn't ask for help, doesn't ask, if I'm available, I'm like, hey, are you up? He's like, yeah, I'm at church right now. I'm like, I'll come get you. I'll get you a ride,
Yeah. Oh.
So yeah, those are his own internal desires, and I'm like, I'm not going to stop you, bro.
Right.
Like, be who you want. And this is how I always want. This is how I raise my kids. This is how I do everything I do. Is I want people to be able to do who they are. This is like the work that I do with you. It's like, cool.
Yeah.
Be who you are.
Right.
Like when you told me, you're like, hey, I'm thinking about getting on FET. I'm like, great.
Yeah.
These are all the things to be aware of. Now go do it.
You like started to mention it, but then you're like, nah, never mind. I'm not gonna. And I was like, no, you can't do that.
I know.
You can't like put a little feeler out there and then say, never mind. I'm not going to tell you.
But now that you've been on it, I like why.
Yeah.
But you have these very firm boundaries, which is perfect because out there you're like a lamb to the wolves.
Right. I haven't even I've talked to a handful of the people on there, but I haven't even come close really to meeting anybody because I'm just not.
There's a lot of people that it's like anything else, you got to vet them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
yeah,
we'll see. I don't know. Nothing may even happen from that. People ask me like, well, what do you want from this? And I'm like, I don't really know. I'm just kind of.
FET is the one avenue that I probably have had the least amount of success, if you will. But that's because most of those people are DTF. They're just down to and that's not what I'm down for. I'm actually looking for healing.
Yeah.
And so I don't advertise much on there.
Yeah. Well, and I think originally that was, for a little while, that was my Tinder and all of that was like, I just kind of, I'm not like going to meet somebody immediately usually, but except for the one guy. No.
Yeah.
But that worked out. I'm still talking to him.
Who knows? You could be on the way back home after today's session,
He was supposed to come over yesterday, but then he had some other plans and.
What I'm saying is, you're downloading the app on the way home.
Yeah. I have to check my phone. We're gonna hopefully hang out tomorrow. But
good for you.
Anyway,
I hope it works out.
Yeah, me too.
This has been a fantastic interview. Anything else that you want to add or share?
I don't know. I think there was something I was gonna say, but I forgot what it was. So.
Oh. Well. No problem at all.
Yeah.
Well, this is beautiful. Thanks for coming on and sharing your story, your wisdom, and your experience, and just glad to know you as a person and all the success you're having.
Me too. I'm really thankful for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're part of my life now.
Yeah, thank you.
You can't get away from me.
I'm glad to be a part of this journey as well, honestly. Your story inspires me, gives me hope for the work that I'm doing. It encourages me to keep going because there are some times where I'm just like, fuck. There are days where maybe I don't, when I do get on and I offer it for free, that, like, fuck you, you're a predator, you're just out here just to just, take advantage of people. And I'm just like, if I get that every once in a while, no big deal. But if I get like 4 of them in a row, I'm like, fuck, man, all right.
God, why am I doing this?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I don't have to do this for free.
Yeah. Well, for me, I'm like, I'm not expecting anything else, and I'm kind of like, you're like, okay, well, I'll see when I'm free, and I'm like, you do you tell me when, like, I'm not like, and if you have to move me for another person that's paying you, like, go for it. Like, I'm very appreciative and thankful because it's not something that I could afford. I'm not in that type, like, I can't do that.
and for me, I appreciate that. And for me, it's never been about the money. I never ever want the money to ever get in the way of someone's healing.
Right.
And that's honestly why I feel it sometimes. Every once in a while, I just feel the call, just like, hey, there's someone out there. Just go out there.
I needed you.
Yeah. Did I find you on Tinder?
Yeah.
You were the only one on Tinder.
Oh, really?
That I matched with several, and then I had one right before you, and she was down in Sacramento. I've since changed my policy. So did the reading. She was blown away. We set the appointment schedule. She texted me the morning of. She's like, I'm leaving in about 20 minutes. I'll be there shortly. And she never showed up.
Oh, interesting.
Never came, never anything. And I'm like, what the f-? I called her just to make sure she was okay.
Yeah.
Left her a message, just said, hey, I don't know what happened, but if you ever think about doing this again, unfortunately, it won't be at no cost.
Yeah.
It'll be at whatever my going rate is at the time whenever you do want to reach out.
I'm glad that you did that.
I do with everybody. That happens occasionally. It doesn't happen like all the time, but I was just like, wow. And she already had the book. She hadn't read it, so I just was like, you have my book, and maybe that's all you need, and I wish you well. Yeah. So, but since then, because with my paying clients, they give me a $50 sitting fee, I guess, or session fee. Deposit, yeah, which goes towards the fee that they pay when we work together.
Right.
And if they don't show, which they always show,
right.
But if they don't show, it's like it's non-refundable. Like $50 is nothing. Like, what do I care about if I get $50?
Right.
But I was like, I've never done that with those that I've offered this work at no cost to, and I'm like, well, maybe I should start doing that as well.
Yeah.
Because it really threw me off. I was like, this is weird.
Yeah, you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, waste of your time.
It is. But I rotate through, and so I get on, like I said, every 3 or 4 months, and I'll only get on one. I'll get on Tinder. And then that's it. And then I'll wait a couple of months, and then I'll get on Bumble, and I'll wait a couple of months, and I'll get on Facebook Marketplace. So within a year, I'm on those 3, and then that's it.
Yeah.
I'll only find 1 or 2 before I get off.
Yeah.
I'm not on very much at all. I'm on maybe a week max. And so if you see me on, that's your window.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, that was also part of it. Was I was like, if this just so happens to be an actual real opportunity for me, I don't want to f that up.
Right. And look what happened. Not only have you experienced orgasms with partners, but you have this confidence about you as well that carries over into everything, not just sex, motherhood, your job, everything. As a daughter, I mean, this confidence that you are carrying with you, I mean, shit, you get pulled up for a ticket. You're like, officer, really? You're like, oh, you're right.
That's funny. Yeah. No. Well. Yeah. No. I feel like it has given me a lot of confidence in just any other area, like just even feeling like a confident, single mother.
Yeah.
That there's, I don't even know what the song is called. I don't know what the song is called. It's a song, but it's about independent, a woman that's independent.
Yeah, yeah.
And
it's called Cherie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cherie.
Yeah. But I was listening to it on the way here, and I was like, "That's me." I was like,
"That's right, yes."
It's like you got your own house, your own car.
No one can take that away from you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and it's like, I mean, I am kind of poor-ish, but
selling gift cards in the bottom of your purse.
Oh my god! I still have them, by the way. If you're interested, if anybody's interested in buying them.
Yeah. They want pictures instead. Yeah.
I'll send you both.
Look at that! Look, the offer right there.
Only if you make me come, though.
Oh, there you go. Challenge accepted. Yes.
But anyway.
Yeah. Well, this has been so fun. Thanks for showing up.
Yeah, I'm glad I came.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Topless Talk. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. For more information or to connect with Ryan, check him out on Instagram @ToplessTalk. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.